Tonight, one cop killed, one cop charged for double murder. It was that kind of weekend. Plus, we'll tell you about 2 young lives lost to a murder-suicide in a domestic dispute. Plus, there's a House meeting planned for Friday. We'll tell you the big move that government is keeping secret. And Oscar Salgado goes to Court of Appeal to fight his conviction for abetment to murder. Will he get free? We'll talk to his attorneys. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight, Tuesday, October 14th, 2025. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
At RF&G Insurance, we're committed to safeguarding what matters most to you, offering coverage mile after mile. Our offices and agents located across Belize ensure that you are protected. Secure your property with RF&G Householders' comprehensive policy. From your home to your belongings, we offer protection so you can enjoy life to the fullest. For more information on your coverage options, contact our team of experts today or visit your local agents. We'll be ready to assist. Don't forget, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Rowe Group company.
Hey Belize! Our country is known worldwide for its natural beauty, from our barrier reef to our rainforest. But there's a growing threat to our paradise. Global plastic production has skyrocketed to 400 million tons per year, and without action, plastic waste flowing into our waters will nearly triple by 2040, from around 11 million tons in 2016 to around 29 million tons in 2040. Here at home, the situation is just as concerning. In 2024 alone, Belize imported over 13.3 million plastics and over 12 million plastic lids and caps. What might seem like just one plastic bottle or one chips bag adds up quickly. During our National Cleanup Day, almost 26,000 plastic bottles were collected, and that's just one day of effort. But here's the good news. We can all be part of the solution. Use waste bins, keep a litter bag in your car, wait until you find a proper disposal site. These simple actions make a real difference. Join us in keeping Belize clean. Our Belize, our responsibility. Bini.
This is how Shine Biro treats the press. Hostile, angry, accusatory, punitive, isolated.
You're a smart guy, but I am smarter.
Don't speak as an ignoramus.
Who are you? That's not for you to determine, that's for me to determine.
That's what I'm asking.
I already answered that.
Shine Biro has never had the support of his party colleagues, the media, or his constituents.
Barrow stood at a podium, the table to his right, empty of his party colleagues.
Shine Barrow left in his vehicle and was pelted with eggs. The people in Mesopotamia don't want you. You came in last. They could have chose you as second place and they didn't.
That's because of how he treats people.
I've heard some horror stories about how people have been mistreated, hollered at, ridiculed.
That is how Shine Barrow does politics. hostile, insecure, weak.
This administration is on a fast track to being an authoritarian government.
This is how Tracy Panton does politics. Engaged, credible, unified. It's time to put an end to the tyranny of Shine Baru. Support a leader people can believe in.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
All right, on the one fun day on, the window open and the light may turn off. It look like you listen to me, Jamie.
Not only that, I even get a new coffee mug where keep my coffee hot all day.
I'm impressed. You don't look like you're so hard here.
Better than that, BL can change my meter to one of their new smart meter. They call it the AMI.
Oh, I hear about it on TV from a BL ad, you know.
Yes, man. They don't reach the money better to change it right now. Let's go check it out.
Hey guys, I'm almost done here.
So that when you reach my area?
We're upgrading meters across Belize. House by house, business by business. Always look out for BL logo, uniforms, and IDs. BL will make you know when we're in the area. The EMI meter rollout is a part of BL strategy to modernize our energy services.
You don't need to come in at my house, right?
Come in at your house, boss, only if you got something good for you.
BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
On Saturday afternoon, one mother's nightmares became a terrible reality when she found her daughter's body on the bedroom floor. 26-year-old Kira Gentle had been at home when she was reportedly shot by her ex-boyfriend Harrison Arnold, who then took his own life. It's a murder-suicide that shook the community, with friends and family taking to social media to express their grief at the loss of someone who they say was able to light up any room. And while only Gentle and Arnold know exactly what happened, those closest to them will now have to deal with the heartbreaking aftermath. Courtney Menzies has this story.
The sound of 6 gunshots shattered the quiet of Saturday at noon in Kings Park, leaving 2 people dead, 2 families devastated, and an 11-year-old sibling forever scarred. He's the one who called his mother when he heard his sister, 26-year-old Kira Gentle, and her ex-boyfriend, 27-year-old Harrison Arnold, having a violent argument. But before Mom could race home, they were both dead in a suspected murder-suicide. Reports are that he killed her before turning his licensed firearm on himself. While police have yet to formally label it a murder-suicide, ASP Stacey Smith told us that the 2 were in a relationship previously but had already broken up.
Both bodies exhibited apparent gunshot injury, and a black in color 9mm pistol, which was licensed to Mr. Arnold, was recovered from the scene.
Audio footage shows that they might have been having an argument. Do police know the nature of that argument?
Police have launched an investigation. The information that has been disclosed so far suggests that the two were in a relationship but had separated at the time of the incident.
Have they had any previous reports of domestic violence?
There are no reports in police's database in relation to domestic violence pertaining to these individuals.
Today, the home was locked up and empty, haunted by this traumatic event. Neighbors tell us they haven't seen the home active since the bodies were removed. Courtney Menzies, 7 News.
And while that story has shocked society, another killing on Friday night shocked and angered the police department. Police officer Oswald Young was on his way to work when he was fatally shot in uniform. His family is very shaken up by the incident and declined to comment, but police were able to fill in details for us today. Jo Marie Lanza has this story.
Police are investigating the murder of one of their own after he was shot and killed in uniform just after leaving his house Friday night en route to work. He was reportedly waiting to hitch a ride to the city for his shift in Belize City. Staff Officer ASP Stacey Smith told us what happened.
On Friday, 10 October 2025 at approximately 9:30 p.m., San Ignacio Police received information of shots being fired in Unitedville, Cayo. Police responded, and upon police response, the body of Oswald Young, a Belizean police officer of Unitedville Village, was observed to be exhibiting gunshot wounds. The investigation so far has revealed that at the aforementioned time, Mr. Young was awaiting transportation to Belize City to come and work at the Belama Precinct 4 police station. It is reported that at that time, an unknown male person approached him and fired several shots, which resulted in his untimely demise.
Police have yet to detain any suspects or establish a motive.
No motive has been ascertained so far as it relates to the death of Mr. Young. Police have been conducting their investigation and efforts are being made to bring the persons who are responsible for this incident to justice. The Belize Police Department similarly would like to express its sincere condolences to the family of Mr. Young. He has been a police officer for the past 23 years, and at the time of his passing, he was working at the Belama police station. It is a loss that the department has taken with great concern, and certainly it is one that the department is interested in conducting an investigation into with the hopes of bringing those persons responsible to justice.
But not 23 years without incident. In 2012, he and 3 other lawmen were charged for robbing a credit union. He was never convicted and he was reinstated after some time on interdiction. In a press statement, Home Affairs Minister Karim Musa said, "This is a devastating loss for our department and for our country. Officer Young was on his way to serve his community when his life was cut short. He was a public servant in uniform, and his murder is an attack on the rule of law itself." Jo Marie Lanza, 7 News.
Our reports tell us that one man who had a business rivalry with Young was detained, but no charges have been brought. And in government news, the House of Representatives meets on Friday, but looking at the orders of the day, which have been circulated, we didn't see anything urgent enough to force the government to call a meeting. So we started digging to find out what's really on the agenda and found that there is a big move afoot with BEL. Reports are the government plans to buy Fortis Cayman's 33% holding in the utility. Government presently owns 31% and Social Security owns 32%. Of course, this raises 2 questions. First, How much will it cost government/taxpayers? And how will they recover the investment? Because BEL is currently operating at a loss, which went as high as $9.7 million last year. Second, what will happen to the 3 hydroelectric dams owned by Fortis Belize, which sell energy to BEL? Regarding the price in 2015, the Barra administration paid Fortis a cash settlement of US $35 million when they returned 33.3% of BEL's shares to them. At the time, it was said that those shares were worth over $100 million Belize dollars. We'll keep following this story. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll show you the cop who's in jail tonight, charged for double murder. And later on, attorney Oscar Salgado fighting to get out of jail. We'll tell you about his appeal hearing today.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
At Benny's, we have tiles to match any decor, whether it's classic, modern, or bold. Visit a Benny store near you to meet with a sales representative that will assist you in calculating and selecting the right tiles for your floors and walls. Choose from our vast assortment of colors, textures, styles, and finishes. The perfect tile for every space at a price that can't be beat. Whether you're renovating your kitchen or finishing your ideal office space, Benny's Tile Gallery has it all. Benny's, quality and savings.
Here's how to access your contribution history on the My Social Security portal. First, go to your browser and type ssbportal.org.bz. Enter your email and password, then click Log In. Once logged in, you'll see your full portal account on the screen. On the left-hand side, you'll notice a drop-down menu for added features. Click on History. Choose Contributions. Read the disclaimer, then click Continue. You'll now see a full window displaying your contribution history. In the table, each row represents a different year. For example, let's look at the year 2024. Click on the row and a detailed breakdown will appear. This breakdown includes your employer's name, your earnings for each month and week, contribution type, the amounts paid, and that's how you can explore the new contribution feature on the My Social Security portal. It's quick, easy, and keeps your Social Security information right at your fingertips. Create your account today.
The sleepless nights, the long days, the massive sacrifice. There is something in us that is not hypothetical. It has been tested and proven. This defiant, resilient spirit runs through the veins of our people. You come from a long line of fighters and heroes and heroines, and some of them are sitting right here in these bleachers. They had to do so much with so little to get you to where you are today. Success and titles and defeat are imposters. They don't last forever. Who you are deep down inside, now that's forever. Your family is forever. Your community is forever. Love is forever. So love deeply. Love people more than things. Love your family. Love your friends. Love your community. Love your country. Love yourself, because you matter. Please give yourself a round of applause.
The Placencia Peninsula in southern Belize remains one of the country's premier tourism destinations. Tourism means opportunities for our people and requires meaningful and strategic infrastructure. That's where the Ministry of Infrastructure Development and Housing has come in, implementing a sidewalk project which will stretch from Maya Beach to Placencia, and cementing a large section of the main street in Placencia to improve and enhance our tourism product. while providing greater opportunities for our people.
Before the sidewalk, when the weather was rainy, it used to be mucky, so the kids used to have to go on the street and to avoid the muddy water. So it was, to me, hazardous or dangerous to the kids because, you know, the kids get hit by vehicles.
But for the time they put the walkway, much better off in a way too, because then the kids have mud up their clothes and things when they come from school and dirt up their shoes. And people foot always stay clean before they come to the yard and things like that.
So far, in the village, I haven't seen much water on the roadside. Like we used to have a lot of puddles, and then that is what caused and allowed these people to walk almost in the middle of the roads.
It's a sign of safety for the community. Now better than before, that the drivers could now see that they can't park on that side. That we demand that that's for the pedestrian.
It will bring positive behavior for our people because now they feel much safer to walk on that. They don't have to be looking around to see or looking this way to see if a vehicle is behind them. It was a great and a big initiative for them to bring that to our village, our community.
The area was always kept clean, but in terms of the aesthetics, it adds a lot to the area. The pier behind me is where the cruise ships come and dock off the ferries, so it adds to the development in this area, and it for sure looks way better. The road is wider, it's bigger, and then we just had our first carnival on the road, which was a hit as well.
For me, as a business owner and my establishment being on the roadside, having that dusty road, it was horrible. So for me, having a paved road, it's fantastic.
From the beginning, I mean, we had a lot less vehicles in the area, like locally, and that would come into the village. And then now, since it's been paved, it's had a better flow of traffic, and it's allowed for more parking and more business activity for the most part.
Definitely for visitors, it's a lot more easier to just take an easy walk. Tourist-wise, we're not able to see that as yet because we're not in high season, but I'm sure that'll make a big difference.
You did cement the most vulnerable sections of our road so that they can withstand the rainy season and then the traffic of high season, and that is wonderful. You're never going to please people 100%, but overall, really excellent. This is exactly what we want to see.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
This is how Shine Biro treats the press. Hostile, angry, accusatory, punitive, isolated.
You're a smart guy, but I am smarter. Don't speak as an ignoramus. Who are you? That's not for you to determine, that's for me to determine.
That's what I'm asking.
I already answered that.
Shine Biro has never had the support of his party colleagues, the media, or his constituents.
Barrow stood at a podium, the table to his right, empty of his party colleagues.
Shine Barrow left in his vehicle and was pelted with eggs. The people in Mesopotamia don't want you. You came in last. They could have chose you as second place and they didn't.
That's because of how he treats people.
I've heard some horror stories about how people have been mistreated, hollered at, ridiculed.
That is how Shine Barrow does politics. Hostile, insecure, weak.
This administration is on a fast track to being an authoritarian government.
This is how Tracy Panton does politics. Engaged, credible, unified. It's time to put an end to the tyranny of Shine Barrow. Support a leader people can believe in.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Almost 1 month ago, 57-year-old twins Paula Belial and Paul Esquilinano were brutally murdered inside Belial's Hattieville home. It was an unthinkable end for the pair of church-going, homely twins who had never had any kind of burst with outlaw behaviors. And while the crime was unthinkable, the killer is almost the same. He's a cop who used to call Paula Belial Mom. Today, the 25-year-old cop was arraigned for their murders. But why would he take the life of a woman he saw as a mother figure? Courtney Menzies has this story.
This is the moment 25-year-old police constable Orvin Williams left court in handcuffs and a waist chain after he was arraigned on 2 counts of murder. He boarded the prison van to begin his remand at the Belize Central Prison. Williams had been in a relationship with the deceased Paula Belial's daughter, and she treated him like a son-in-law. But investigators have concluded that he pulled the trigger that killed her and her twin brother Paul Esquiliano 4 weeks ago. The back of a prison van is a long way from when the twins were first killed, and Williams posted his condolences to the woman he called Moms. So why would he kill the woman who took him in and treated him like a son? Well, there are reports that he had been making unauthorized withdrawals from her credit union account, and she had found out. But the police wouldn't confirm them.
We have received reports that the young man had been stealing money from the woman's credit union account. Is theft part of the motive for why he took their lives?
As stated, it is an ongoing investigation. Though an arrest has been made, the investigation has not concluded. The information that has been ascertained will be placed before the court, so that is the venue for that to be disclosed.
Was he living with her in her house?
We do know that they, at some point in time, lived together and they are familiar with each other.
How is it that the police was able to link him into the murder?
Police's investigation.
In that investigation, police determined that this was the vehicle Williams rented that day before the killings. He asked the rental agency for a tinted vehicle.
Was anyone else, we've also received reports that he was with some men when he went to commit the act. They stayed outside and he went inside. Was anyone else with him at that time?
Police ongoing investigation is being conducted and the information will be disclosed that it becomes necessary to be disclosed.
Since Esquiliano visited his sister every day, especially following the deaths of her husband and daughter shortly before her own, he likely was not the intended target, just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Belial was reportedly shot 6 times. Courtney Menzies, 7 News.
And in another family tragedy that may also result in 2 murder charges, 18-year-old Shamar Faba has died after being shot in a drive-by on March 9th. On that Sunday, Faba was one of the 4 men that came under fire in a pickup truck on the Philip Golson Highway, which later crashed into the KHMH seeking help. 22-year-old Joseph Lee Garcia did not survive, while Cameron August and Ron Lee Petillo were both injured. Petillo was left a paraplegic. But Shamar Faba clung to life for 7 difficult months until he succumbed to his injuries. He spent his last few months on feeding tubes and struggling to breathe on his own. And the true tragedy is that his death comes a week after his mother, Chanel Faba, was found murdered and dumped in a garbage drum off a Mandela Drive. It's an unbelievable sequence of loss, and we spoke with his family today, who hope that they can bury them together.
Shamar got shot back in March, and he was recovering. He had some minor setbacks. Well, I should say major setbacks because his mobility. He was not able to walk. He was not able to speak as much. With time, his speech came back. He was talking. He was interacting, and he was seeing a new way of life. But unfortunately, things turned because of the circumstances, and he was hospitalized a couple weeks back, and he passed away this morning, right? We don't want to go into much details of his passing and what the family is going through because it's a lot, that we lost his mom just a week ago and now it's him. We just ask that the media and people out there respect us in these grieving times, respect the family and our wishes, and leave us to grieve in peace. And we want to just bury them. We just want to bury them and mourn in peace, I should say. Mourn the passing of them both. He was loved. He was a loving person. Even after he got shot and he was able to speak again and everything, Shamar was just loving, and he still had that light to him. He did not make whatever circumstances he was in brought him down. It did not bring down his spirit. He always was motivated, and he fought a long fight.
No word from police yet on whether Shamar Faba's death will result in a pending murder charge. A 36-year-old father has been remanded to prison for endangering his 2-year-old son. Michael Kowa appeared at the High Court unrepresented today. According to an investigation, the incident happened in July of 2023. Kowa was at home with his common-law wife consuming alcohol when he left home to continue to drink at a nearby store. His wife followed him and they got into an altercation. He then chased her from the house and told her that she was not allowed to take their 2-year-old with her. Kowa then left the house, abandoning the 2-year-old inside. The child was found the next morning at 4 a.m. in the middle of the street by a neighbor who took him in and called police. Kowa was read a single charge of cruelty to a child by Justice Nigel Pilgrim. He pleaded guilty and his plea was accepted. However, Justice Pilgrim ordered that a social inquiry report and victim impact statement be conducted before Kowa can be sentenced. His sentencing date is set for November 13th, and he remained remanded until then. Over the weekend, Belize police received an alert that 20 Guatemalan prisoners had escaped from the maximum security prison, a maximum security facility outside Guatemala City meant for gang members. These prisoners are all gang leaders of the dangerous Barrio 18 gang. One of the prisoners has been recaptured so far, but Belize's police department is on the lookout in case the rest decide to skip across the border. ASP Stacey Smith advised residents living near the border to be on the alert.
On October 11, 2025, the Belize Police Department was alerted of the escape of 20 high-profile gang members from a maximum security prison in Guatemala. These gang members are known to be a part of the 18th Street Gang, and due to Belize's proximity to that location, it is feared that those persons may make their way into this jurisdiction. Consequently, police officers and the police department have put into place strategic operational efforts to thwart such a eventuality, and the police department urges the members of the general public in those areas that are nearest to the borders to be on alert for these individuals and to report any suspicious movements as soon as possible. These persons are dangerous and are to be considered as such, and consequently we rely on the members of the general public to assist us with information if ever they may come across these individuals.
Is it confirmed when these individuals broke out of the prison? I understand it wasn't recent, it was more July, August?
I cannot confirm the exact date. I can only share when we were notified of that information.
We should note that the prisoners escaped between July and August of this year, slipping out of prison without authorities even knowing. As we understand it, those gangs do not allow the prison authorities to perform head counts on their members in the sections of the prison that they control. Police are currently investigating the deaths of 2 children in separate incidents. The first is 9-year-old Evadne Martinez, who was found unresponsive after 9 on Saturday night. The second is 14-year-old Heinrich Braun, who was killed after a door fell on top of him sometime after 8 on Monday morning. ASP Smith gave us the details on both these incidents.
Police received information of an unresponsive minor who apparently had passed out at a residence at the corner of Linda Vista Street and Police Street, Belize City. The minor, whose name was learned to be Evadne Martinez, 9 years of age, was transported to the Carl Hushner Memorial Hospital, where attempts were made to resuscitate him. Those attempts proved futile, and as a consequence of this, an investigation is being conducted into the death of Evadne Martinez. What we have learned so far is that Mr. Martinez, the young Mr. Martinez, had a history of asthma, however, no other known medical condition. A post-mortem examination is scheduled to be conducted to establish the cause of death. Police visited the Northern Regional Hospital, where they observed the unresponsive body of Enrique Braun, 14 years of age, a Belizean of Shipyard Village, Orange Walk District. Initial investigation revealed that Enrique Braun was at Double J's Doors, a business establishment in that village, when him and another male person were cleaning some doors, and the doors are reported to have fallen on Enrique, fatally injuring him. Police have processed the scene, and a number of statements have been recorded, and the body of Enrique Braun now awaits a post-mortem examination.
There's no charges that could be levied in this case against any adult?
The investigation is ongoing, and what is revealed in the investigation will determine the course of action to be taken.
On Saturday, the body of a man was found floating in the sea behind the Supreme Court in Belize City. He has since been identified as 30-year-old Adrian Budd. But earlier today, when we spoke to police, they had yet to identify him. However, ASP Smith told us foul play was not suspected.
What police have learned so far is that the person is known to have taken up residence in the downtown streets of Belize City, and this has been confirmed by several persons in that area. However, his specific particulars are unknown, and consequently, we ask those members of the general public who have relatives and they fit that description given to visit the Raccoon Street or the Queen Street police station, providing a photograph to assist police with identifying this individual.
Does he have any identifying marks?
No identifying marks of significance has been, identified.
Does he have signs of foul play?
Yeah, no signs of foul play or violence was observed on the body.
We'll take a break now. When we come back, attorney Oscar Salgado tried to get out of jail by appealing his case. We'll tell you what happened in court today. Don't go away.
This newscast is brought to you by Cellular World, your authorized Samsung distributor.
There are so many people who are proud of you. your parents, your guardians, your aunts, your uncles, your siblings, faculty, and friends. They are there too. They share in this achievement. Please give them a bigger round of applause. Graduates, you have a sacred duty, a generational responsibility even. You have to honor those who came before you by standing taller, stronger, go farther, go further, go harder. But stand together for one another. And lastly, but certainly not least, thank God, always call to Him. He will be there for you.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados y la mejor opción para el paciente.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Do you want quick cash for your gold? Then take advantage of Monica's Pawn Shop's big loans on gold and our guaranteed low rate of only 10% on all pawn jewelry. But it doesn't stop there. We also pawn TVs, buy scrap gold, and pawn vehicles that you can still drive. Visit Monica's Pawn Shop today in our Belize City location at number 128 Cemetery Road, our Belmopan location at number 5 Garden Plaza, our Orange Walk location, number 2 Belize Corazol Road. Give us a call at 207-0970 and get more money for your gold jewelry.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Attorney Oscar Salgado is the first attorney in modern memory to ever be sent to jail. And it's not for any minor offense. He was convicted of abetment to commit murder and sentenced to 10 years now. That's a far fall from grace for this former officer of the court. But he's working hard to overturn that conviction. And today in the Court of Appeal, his attorneys, Arthur Saldivar and Daryl Bradley, did their best to convince the panel of judges. Jules Vasquez was in court.
After serving more than 1 year of his 10-year term, a visibly lighter Oscar Salgado came to the Court of Appeal today in a T-shirt, a far cry from the robe and barrister bands that he once wore in these courtroom halls. Attorneys Arthur Saldivar and Daryl Bradley appeared before the panel of judges to argue for setting aside his conviction, while the DPP appeared herself to enforce it. After 3 hours of argument outside the court, Saldivar was optimistic.
Well, I believe it went well. The ultimate decider will be when the results come back, when the decisions come back. The court is deliberating and reserve their judgment. But I think it went well.
Okay, now we know it was a difficult case for the prosecution at the High Court because the central piece of evidence was missing, and that's that particular recording. What do you see as the vulnerabilities of the conviction which you raised at this court today?
Well, just that. There were instances where those files could have been recovered. They weren't.
You're also arguing that there were many instances where everything was prejudicial against your client.
Yes. Things that came out at trial. I mean, this whole issue of his orientation. Okay. And files going missing at Ombudsman office. Those were made a part of the trial before the decision was rendered. Those were clouds hanging over his head, to which he had no ability to defend. But they were there. And to say that it didn't play a role in the decision being made, man, we're human beings. Whether we are lawyers, doctors, policemen, or regular persons on the street, we're human beings. And when you hear certain things, you will formulate an opinion. And trust me, when you hear of that situation that involves orientation with a little boy, no man, that's not good.
Why did you say that Mr. Salgado did not have an opportunity to defend himself against all the claims that Giovanni Ramirez made?
Because he made a claim about the whole issue of pedophilia in his statement. He made a claim about being told that files were stolen. So you are basically saying he's a pedophile and a thief. But he cannot answer to those things. He was never charged with those things. Then, to make it seem as if he is John Wayne Gacy or Jeffrey Dahmer and has so many bodies under his belt that he would be one who can be credibly taken to kill somebody, and a street figure like Ramirez was scared of him.
At the end of the day, the judges reserved their decision for a date to be announced. So Salgado, now 56, left the court once again in handcuffs. I know that he is the first lawyer that we've known of to ever be locked up, be convicted and imprisoned. How is his health? And why have you all taken up his case? Is it because of that collegiality?
No, listen, yes, he is a colleague. That goes without saying. He is a member of the bar. But as with any citizen who has been wronged and who it can be seen that there's a level of unfairness in the way they were tried, this is the reason why we come. We come to ensure that justice is given a chance to be served.
Is this a pro bono matter you're undertaking for a fallen colleague?
Yes, it is. And I've been known to work pro bono. So
Indeed.
that's not an issue. That's not new. His health is not good. He has been systematically placed in the hole for no reason at all. And it seems that there is some personal issue at the prison. I don't know it's because of who he is as a professional, but every time that we've been made to go there, he has to be taken from the hole. And that's not good. I mean, this is not a person who gives any kind of problems. I mean, he's not that kind of a person. But why he's in the hole all the time, I don't know.
Will he be willing to go all the way to the CCJ with this appeal?
If we need to, I will hope and pray, as I know Mr. Salgado is also, and my friends, that this is where it stops.
We'll let you know when the decision is handed down. Saldivar also gave us an update on Joseph Budna. He's the attorney who applied for constitutional relief in the kidnapping of Joseph Budna. He says the matter should get an initial hearing in November.
His matter should be in court in November.
Will you all be able to demand that the state take measures to return him to Belize?
We make no demands, we make requests. There is an act, International Mutual Cooperation Act, that allows for it to happen. Application will be made pursuant to that act, and we see where it goes from there.
Or talk to us about the challenges, or maybe there wouldn't be, that you would have in a case like this with your client being in another country and in jail at that.
Well, as I said, we are going to be making application to have him be brought to Belize. He would have to reside at the Colby facility for the duration of his trial. But if that does not, if the powers that be don't comply with the request, then we will see what alternative measures can be made.
But you are on a contingency basis. Is that how you've taken this case? I'm not even sure that's a legal term in terms of payment, because
no, the Association of Defense Attorneys see this as a major constitutional infraction and have taken it upon ourselves to do what is necessary to ensure that at least the public recognize that we know that there was a breach in the rule of law.
Would you say that it is suspect that even though a police officer has been identified by the then acting commissioner of police, the now deputy, even though he was satisfied that a police officer has been identified, he has not been charged for kidnapping?
Yeah, it's somewhat surprising. But again, you know, one of the questions that came invariably with this thing is who is being protected and why? Because we just saw recently where I think it was Easy Glen, wheeling down a barrel with a body in it. Man, that thing was widely circulated to the point where it became common knowledge who it was wheeling down that barrel. Well, it's much the same with most other crimes of this type. Once there's a video, the video is automatically placed in the public purview so the public can assist in investigations. It's the hallmark of community policing, Jules. Because again, it goes against everything they have claimed to be building, the relationship with police and the community. Part of that relationship is mutualism. So the police does not have all the eyes and ears everywhere, but the public would be able to assist because you have more people in public with their cameras and what have you to be able to give information. So in a situation like this, where a crime has been committed, and clearly a crime was committed, but that didn't go over there by himself. It was incumbent upon the authorities to make the video known to the public so that people can assist in identifying who all were there.
Budna remains in a Guatemala City jail where he has not yet gone before a judge. He notes that despite his having been kidnapped and delivered to another country, police continue to hold on to his vehicle and refuse to give it to his family. Last week, we told you about the triple vehicle collision that killed 2 Mexicans on the George Price Highway. Police have since arrested the man who was driving the pickup that crashed into a Freightliner truck before colliding into the Nissan that the victims were in. ASP Smith told us more.
On Thursday, 9 October 2025, police formally arrested and charged Osman Pineda, a 40-year-old construction worker of Belama, Belize City, for 2 counts of manslaughter by negligence, 2 counts of causing death by careless conduct, 1 count of driving a motor vehicle without due care and attention, and 1 count of failing to keep as close as possible to the right-hand side of the road. This arrest came as a consequence of police's investigation into the fatal traffic accident which occurred on Thursday, 9th October at approximately 11:20 p.m. between miles 13 and 14 on the George Price Highway. This accident claimed the lives of Mexican nationals Otoniel Vasquez Morena and Amasadai Valdez Dominguez.
I'm not sure if you mentioned if he was intoxicated.
That information has not been learned. However, a request for specimen was done.
The William Dawson basketball tournament began on Friday night with its opening ceremony at Birds Isle. The event was initially called the Live Life Basketball Tournament, but was later renamed in 2022 as a way to honor the legacy of William Dawson after his passing. True to his legacy, the event is about peacemaking, and 30 teams from different neighborhoods are expected to participate in this year's tournaments. Here are the highlights from the opening ceremony.
This tournament is also an honor to the legacy of my dear brother, William Dawson, a name that reminds us of the power of purpose, vision, and community-driven leadership. I can only now remember and be driven by the sacrifices that William made to ensure initiatives, programs, and activities such as this tournament and many other programs available through the Leadership Intervention Unit for the development of our communities. It is in that spirit that we gather today to cheer, to uplift, and to invest in our youth through both sports and support, which is needed now more than ever in these trying times.
This tournament has brought together players and supporters from across Belize. For the past 3 years, under the Leadership Intervention Unit at the Ministry of Home Affairs, the tournament has grown into something bigger, bringing together youth from different backgrounds and communities to compete with purpose and build real bonds. This tournament carries the name of a man who believed deeply in what this event represents. William Dawson was an inspirational chairman of the Leadership Intervention Unit. He was a leader, a mentor, and a steady presence in the lives of many young people across Belize City. He crossed boundaries to reach youth in rival gang areas, not with judgment, but with guidance and respect. Yes, it was his profession, but the work was also personal because he lived and worked for youths.
And that's our newscast for tonight. Thanks for watching. With your news, I'm Indira Craig. Remember, you can find a full transcript of the news at 7newsbelize.com and see the streaming video on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Have a pleasant evening. Join me back here tomorrow at 6.